everyone to another episode of Talking Ball. Guys, I'm joined by a wonderful crew today. It doesn't get much better than the crew I've got assembled today. We've got Mr. Josh Pavitt drinking his tea, being British as can be. Is it what type of tea is it? What type of tea you got going there?
Standard supermarket brand tea, mate.
Perfect. That's about as British as it gets. And then we've got Miss Els, Queen Ellie Hoybier.
That's right.
The name changes, but the lady stays the same. Yes.
Yes. And I haven't got a cup of tea, but I like a bit of Earl Grey, because quintessentially English, don't you know?
Exactly. Indubitably, ma'am. Indubitably. I'm drinking the American version of a tea, which is the Rockstar energy drink. They're gonna have to start sponsoring the show. I think we're gonna have to get Rockstar to start sponsoring. I have one in every single episode. So, probably not so good for the heart, but we'll figure it out. But guys, thank you so much for joining me, and everybody who is tuned in anywhere, because as you guys know, this is a multinational, multicultural channel. We get guests from everywhere, and I just wanted to say hello to everyone. Thank you all for joining us. And we've already got a couple people in the chat. Shane says, I need this BJ to last longer. Yeah, Shane. Yes. He is. If he can keep that form up, he just needs to keep this form up.
Yeah.
I totally agree, Shane. And we'll get on that more, of course. And we've also got a super chat already. Show just started. Tyson McGill. Big up, Tyson. This might be the first. I think I've seen you chat here before. But anyway, Tyson, big up. Tyson says, did you ever get your new car call? And then almost to 1,000. No on the first answer. Not quite yet. Still shopping. Takes a while for me, for some reason, to make a decision. And then almost to 1,000. Yeah, we are very close to that. We are very close to that 1,000 mark. So everybody, if you haven't hit subscribe, go ahead and help us out. Help us get there. It's we're this close. We're this close, everybody.
The way we do it, share the link, guys. Share the link with your friends and your social media hook. That's the way to do it.
Yes. And if you know any Spurs, supporters who you don't think are already following the channel, just let them know. Let them know it exists. We'd appreciate it big time over here. And then we've got Daniel Sandoval in the house. Big up, Daniel. Says big up La Familia, one love. Come on, you Spurs. And he's got the purple and gold until Enoch is sold. In the name there, and you gotta love it. I love the passion. Speaking of passion, that's Josh's main. That's your main characteristic is passion, Josh. But you look sleepy today. You were saying it's not feeling 100.
I haven't been feeling very well for a couple of days. Just like lethargic and stuff. So
you don't have the big C, do you?
No.
All right, good. We've got Chris Agambar here, big up guys, and Queen Ellie. And as everyone will notice, Queen Ellie's back. We could see Queen Ellie again. It's lovely to see your beautiful face, Queen Ellie. We do love seeing you.
Well,
man, and the people will keep just
put my camera on. I was due on with Kate, but I had to go and sort something out for my daughter today. So,
well, that's awfully nice of you.
We have a big operation on Friday, so
you mentioned that, and I hope everything goes well, and I hope she feels a million times better afterwards, and hope everything is just roses. Hope everything goes great. But yeah, guys, it's been a fun couple of days to be a Spurs fan.
I like that.
Elias is in the house, saying big up Queen Ellie, flip flop, Colin and Josh. He's not going to stop giving you trouble about that, the Hoybier name change, is he? Elias.
It doesn't matter, because I've reverted back anyway, because I was jinxing Bentancur.
Yeah.
He still didn't play well yesterday.
I think he's jinxing himself. I was going to say.
Bentancur to jinxing Hoybier again.
You can't really jinx Hoybier, can you? According to Josh.
No, you can't jinx him because he's always and always will be shit.
There's There's plenty to talk about.
I support all the Spurs players. I support all the Spurs players. I don't care if they're good, bad, or ugly. I still support them because they pull on the Lily White shirt. They're playing for our club.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And we've got a pretty team. You know what I mean? We've got a lot of beautiful faces on the Spurs team.
Like Ben Romero, Bentancur.
Yeah, Højbjerg brings down. I think the level of cuteness
He's
a bit.
Not that bad. He's more of a man, isn't he? Like he looks like a fella.
Yeah, he's younger than me, but he looks like he's old. You know what I mean? Like he's my older brother or something.
He's only 28, but he's looking older lately.
Yeah, he does. He's got
it. It's doing it.
It might be. Guys, Elias says that you should change your name to Queen Ellie Declan to Jinx Rice, and that's actually a pretty funny. It's a pretty funny idea.
The only problem is no way I'm supporting no Arsenal player.
You couldn't. You know how much stick you get for that. Oh my God, everyone would crucify you.
It's on me.
Right. Speaking of people in the chat, wonderful people. We've got Lee Smithy Smith, who may hopefully be joining us in a bit. Lee Smithy Smith says Pierre is about as much use as a chocolate condom. Yeah. I mean, it's weird. He'll make a good pass or two. He'll do one or two good things in a match, and then it just falls apart for him. And then we've got Mia, another member of La Familia in the house. Mia, big up to you. Saying Pierre moved like an old man.
He's getting on a bit.
Dead nanny Kath is better. He's not doing great.
Come on, man.
We've lost Josh, but I have a feeling he'll be back.
If you're a Spurs supporter, you support every player. Come on.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. I'm right there with you.
I played with some really bad players, but I still supported them.
Yeah, they're part of your group, exactly. And then, man, can you imagine if Højbjerg scored? Like how much everyone would just go absolutely nuts for him. That's one thing about our team is they all seem to really support each other, you know. And like I think there was a time where I remember Sissoko scoring, and just the whole team went nuts. The crowd went nuts. Yeah. So I think the same thing would happen if Højbjerg got himself a goal.
Scored 6 last season.
He needs to go blasting him over the bar, Els. That's the deal. It's like he's playing American football. He knew the Super Bowl was on yesterday, and he's like, I'm going to start practicing my field goals.
He does some good things, and he does bad things. He's like most of our players nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
The rest of them are playing well.
We haven't
Only one player really played well on Saturday. Really
Who's
well.
that?
That was Stark. He played well.
I'm on the same page as you.
Richie here and there, but the rest of them, they were quite poor.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get into that. That's one thing I just wanted to talk to you guys. I haven't talked to either of you guys about the match since the match, and so I wanted to talk to you guys a bit about the match, kind of how you felt things went. Of course, that ending, but so first things first. Were you surprised by the lineup? And we'll start with Josh. Were you surprised not to see Sonny's name on that team sheet?
I don't think Sonny was 100% ready. Like you got to remember, he's just done 240 minutes at the Asian Cup, like back to back. With the 240 minutes, I think in about 3 days. Like a ridiculous turnover for it to expect him to come straight in and to fall straight back into the first team squad. It was never going to happen. So no, I wasn't surprised at all.
Ellie, what about you? Were you surprised that Sonny didn't start?
No, I wasn't surprised. Like Josh, like he had a long flight as well, and he had to acclimatise. And plus, he's back-to-back matches, like Josh said. It takes it out of the body, and he
needed time.
That. Yeah, and look how he came on, and like he affected the game. So I'm glad Postecoglou made the choice not to play him from the start.
Yeah, definitely. He probably wouldn't have been as effective. Who knows if he would have made that amazing pass for us to get the assist at the end had he started. You know, he might have been completely gassed at that point. So I think Postecoglou did the right thing in starting him off the bench. It allowed him to have more influence, I think, in the match. I'm looking through at the comments or the banners I made the day of the match. It got a little wild. I got a little wild here. I'll show them to you in a second. But we've got we got all kinds of good comments. Mia says she's got more chance of getting a shower with Romero than Pierre scoring. Oh my God. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, Mia. I promise you, it will. It'll be just like Sissoko. Nobody ever thought Sissoko was gonna score ever. And then Daniel said, "Seriously, you see the bit where the ball was in the air, and then Højbjerg was waiting for the ball to hit the floor, and he fell backwards, losing balance. Seriously, what the f? He might. I mean, we don't know if he's. I almost want to say carrying an injury, but you don't think that Big Ange would play him if that was the case.
No,
you don't think
he's
that
not
he would
carrying
be.
an injury. He can shoot the ball really well, but he just didn't catch it right. Sometimes that happens in football.
And his confidence just seems absolutely shot. Would you say so too, Josh? That his confidence just looks absolutely just gone. He made those 2 mistakes against City, and I feel like after that he's just like,
Højbjerg.
Yeah.
I don't rate him at all. Like, you're asking the wrong person. And even if he does well, I will sit there and slate him because I just don't rate him. He's a sideways footballer. He's not a forward footballer at all, right? No, I'm not wrong. In situations where we should be passing forward,
you look at his stats. He's progressive passes.
In the game against City, he made one good switch. That was it. Everything else was just terrible.
Yeah, but his game is not to play progressive passes. His game is
to break. It's to break up play.
In the
other midfielders. In
the Ange system, the CDMs are there to get the ball forward. He does. He does.
He did a brilliant ball to Johnson.
That is true. He did have a. It's like he's got a couple of those in his locker every match.
Obviously, he doesn't suit the system. I know that. All right, he doesn't.
So if he doesn't suit the system, then why are we still hanging on to him? Why are we still treasuring him? Like, he's not worth it. He's not worth it.
Oh, I don't think anyone's like we're not like treasuring him. We're saying that he's
experienced. You saw it yesterday. He got himself about. He made himself a nuisance, and he done quite a few good passes. But obviously, the shot. Everybody remembers the shot because
it's hard to forget. It's hard to forget, Ali.
It's a crack shot. Normally, he catches them right, and he'll go in the back of the net. But actually, he didn't play that badly. He done some bad things, but overall, he had.
But he does one, like Mia in the chat just said, he does one good thing and then about 10 bad things per game. Like, it's.
I wouldn't say 10, maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, but I mean, what a 1 to 4 ratio? So that's a 20%.
Yeah, but his passing is pretty good normally. He's not having a good season.
If we are rating sideways football in a forward progressive style of football, then yeah, fantastic. His passing's fantastic, but his passing does not suit this system. His style of play does not suit this system.
That's why he has to keep it simple, Josh, and give it to the players that can make the difference.
Exactly.
If he gives it to Madders, gives it to Benny, that's fine.
Definitely. I get exactly what you guys are both saying, and I'm not trying to interrupt you guys. We'll come back, I promise. Just want to say hey to some people in the chat.
He splits the fan base anyway, Pierre.
Oh, yeah, of course. And that's good, though. If everybody always agreed all the time, where would the fun be there, Nicholas Collison, though, is in the house, you guys. I haven't seen Nick Barry. I haven't seen him for a long, long time. So just wanted to say big up to Nick. Big up, man. If... yeah, we need to get you on the show sometime soon, buddy. Miss you. It's been a long time. And then we got Niall Kane in the house. He says, hello, Colin and Ellie. And subscribe, and share, said the man from Montrose.
Yeah, he's the man from Montrose.
Big up, Niall Kane. We appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Oh my God. And speaking, we just got all kinds of lovely people joining us today. Ben Kaufman is in the house. Big up, Benny boy. We were talking about coffee pre-show, and how we need to get in touch. I need to get some of your coffee beans over to the United States. But guys, so we'll kind of jump away from the Højbjerg situation because I think that's just going to divide opinion. We're never going to all agree, and that's fine. I wanted to ask a question about this. Pascal Gross.
Ooh.
Would you take him? Would you take him at Spurs?
Don't know anything about him, mate.
All I know about him is that he played a really good game the other day. He was all over that pitch. He was making, you know what I mean? He was, you know, he scored the penalty, obviously. He made some defensive tackles. He was all about. I just thought he did a good job of putting himself about. Yeah. I mean, if I just was judging him on that match, I would take him. I think I would take him as a backup striker. But yeah,
he's not a striker though. He's a midfielder. He's a midfielder. He's a link man. He links the play very well. He keeps the ball ticking over.
That shows how small my knowledge base is on Brighton football.
Yeah, because he scores quite often. Like for Brighton, he's got a good scoring record. But I don't know. I think he might be getting on in years, and I just don't think he would suit the system either. Because he's better than Højbjerg. I'll give him that. He's better than Højbjerg, but he's just one of those players. He's just like, okay, you know, I don't rate him in the, you know, to take us to that next level.
He doesn't look flashy. That's part of his thing. Is he just looks like your bog standard, like regular.
He's a footballer. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's going to take us to that next level. We need better. If we're going to progress, we need better.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So we're going to hopefully we'll get rid of Højbjerg and Skip and get in two really brilliant midfielders.
Even just one really brilliant midfielder, I feel like would help us a lot.
Somebody who can create like Maddison and progress the ball better.
I love real quick. I just wanted to get to Lee's comment, and he's referencing the name of the stream, the jokes I've been making. But he said, "Love the title of the video. We're only 12 days into February, and somebody's had the best BJ of the year." I'm hoping we see even better BJ later. You know, I'm hoping this is just the beginning of the great. You know, BJs will be seeing. Brennan Johnson, of course, is what I mean. If you're listening to this, but guys, yeah, big up Lee. I'm going to start this because I want to talk about Brennan Johnson quite a bit today. And so you're going to have to just not judge me on the fact that some of these say today. I'm just too lazy to change these. But yeah, Vicario seems to be more protected. Would you guys say that was the case?
Was he protected though? Because it was only James Maddison standing in between him and their defender. And it
are you saying that you'd fight James Maddison?
I mean, James Maddison looked a little bit weak in front of him. Like he was getting bullied and pushed around a fair bit. Yeah, but I wouldn't say protected. I think there was just something between them. He wasn't protected at all.
I wonder if maybe that was on purpose because they know that James Maddison isn't very strong, and so he might go over, he might fall, and then maybe, you know what I mean, get that foul called for us. I wondered if there was maybe some thought behind that, but again, I don't know.
Yeah, the referee did call a foul.
First player, almost on their first corner, I think they called it. So yeah. Just throwing that out there. It seemed like we at least had in the past, no one had been between Vicario and the opposition defenders. And so it to me, I'm glad we at least looked like we were addressing that problem. I would have rather seen somebody like Richarlison there with his heading ability and his shithousery and his strength. I think Richarlison might have been the better option. But still, there was somebody there. We were doing, we were doing our thing. We were protecting him to a certain degree. I think that's good. Clearly, we've noticed, and I'm glad it doesn't take a rocket scientist to notice that we were getting absolutely bullied and destroyed on corner kicks on dead balls. So yeah, hopefully this is the beginning of the end of that. One thing that does kind of frustrate me is that everybody's always like, "Oh, Vicario just needs to be stronger. Just be stronger, Vicario." Are we asking him to hit the gym and like change his body type and like get big?
They're giving him the same. They're giving Vicario the same treatment as they've been giving Brian Gill. Brian Gill has been slated for not being big enough and that he needs to hit the gym and eat more protein and stuff like that. If that's the case, then people need to be saying the same thing about Vicario, but they won't. Yeah, because Vicario is a good goalkeeper. He makes very, very good saves. He's very good, like, up in the air.
Yeah. If he got
Make
bigger
him-
too,
no,
how
I don't mean he's in the air heading for balls and stuff. I mean he pounces like a cat. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
exactly? And if he was stronger or bigger, would he be able to put himself about like that? Would he be able to?
If he was bigger and stronger, then you'd have the complete goalkeeper. And he's what, 22, 23?
No, he's
Like-
26 actually.
Is he 26? Mate, he
Yeah.
doesn't look a day over 20.
I know.
Um,
He
I
was
wish I
26
was
20.
like that.
He's
Yeah.
26 years old. And for a goalkeeper, he's still pretty early into his career anyway.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he was a little bit stronger and a little bit bigger? You'd have the complete goalkeeper at 26 years old. It's never going to happen. That's going to take time.
Yeah, I think they're going to work on that at Spurs, right? Because he's 6'4", but he's very, very lean, and because he's lean, he's got the agility. So do you want to take away his agility with bulking him up, or we can protect him at corners as well? Because I noticed that Romero was like zonal marking, but he was making sure that he was just slightly out from from Vicario, sorry, and then Van der Ven was doubling up. So I think they have worked on it, but with him bulking up, I think he's going to lose something because he's a very agile keeper. He's like a cat. When he jumps up in the air, he's so agile. He's amazing. And the one good thing about Vicario, he's very good with his voice, his vocal. You know, he's always shouting at the defenders. But when those corners come in and the big men are there, we've got to defend as a team. Not just Vicario, we've got to defend as a team.
100%. I'm not sure if I'm into this zonal marking thing that we're clearly doing on corners. I'm not sure I'm a fan, but then again, we have Jednak, who I think is coaching our set pieces. So I have a lot of faith in that guy. I mean, it's tough. I'm not sure if zonal marking is the way to go on corners. But
The thing is, I think we're forced into zonal marking. Hang on 2 seconds. There we go. Right. Yeah, we're forced into zonal marking because people have figured it out. Teams have figured it out. If you put a man onto Vicario, we crumble at set pieces. We crumble at corners. Right. So we kind of forced into this zonal marking play that we've been making recently because we've always got one man on a keeper. It's about who else is trying to pick out somewhere. Do you know what I mean? If you block
Definitely.
Vicario, although it could be called as what is obstruction of a goalkeeper or something like that, as long as there's no contact made, they're doing their job, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be people down on the right, on the left that are looking for that opportunity just to slot one past him. So now it's been found out, something needs to change. As Nick said, I genuinely think now they're going to start double manning Vicario because that's you can't do anything. You can't do anything against that. Vicario will go down, and if he hasn't got a lot of space to move, he can't do his cat-like reflexes that we've seen from him.
Yeah.
it's true. And I mean, and they're doing a great job. It's weird. I remember in previous seasons, I feel like a lot of what's happening to Vicario would have been called. They would have called a lot of fouls. I feel like that would have. But you know how this season they're supposed to be, I guess, according to what I've heard, like letting more things go, letting the game flow a little bit, letting it be a little more of a contact sport, like soccer is meant to be. I don't know. I don't feel like he's being protected as much as goalkeepers were in the past. But Nick here says, goalkeepers aren't protected anymore. Plenty of challenges this weekend and in the previous weeks, and he's right. That would have been called in previous seasons, I think.
Yeah.
So it's something that we're gonna have to get used to. But I don't know. I think the fact. Do you guys think that Postecoglou saying something? I know that he said a little something. I think it was at a press conference, just about the subject. I think that was necessary, and I think that'll help us kind of maybe get some more calls our direction. By the way, is the music too loud?
I can barely hear it, dude. I didn't even know.
Okay,
that
cool.
was
It's all right. It's just the right level.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But yeah, I just I don't know. The whole Vicario thing worries me, but it is what it is. I don't think people were talking. I don't think Raya would be any better in this department. You know what I mean? I don't think that he would be any stronger. But teams are going to have to do something against us, and anything they can do. I mean, it took Pep Guardiola to figure it out.
Well, Vicario's got 3 inches on Raya because I think he's only 6'1",
Yeah,
and Vicario's 6'4". but he doesn't look 6'4" when he's in the goal because he's quite a very slim man.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Elias says though that he agrees. If Vicario put on weight, he will lose too much on his agility. 100%, 100%.
I don't think you will. If you put that weight on in muscle mass, like
muscle mass will be good.
yeah.
Not weightage, like just general body weight.
As long as he doesn't do an Endom belly and just balloon out.
I don't think there's any chance of that.
Yeah, and on belly. Jesus Christ.
He just needs to get in the gym, get doing his leg squats, get doing his leg presses and his leg curls and
upper body.
Bench pressing. He wants to be bench at least 120, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then there's the fact that a lot of foreign keepers they're taught to punch, but in England we don't punch. You have to catch.
That's so true,
right?
and that's a complaint I've had about Vicario since the beginning is that he punches too much, and when he does it, oftentimes will just bounce right back into the danger zone. You know what I mean? But
foreign keepers have been playing volleyball for years. That's what it is.
Like, he's
foreign
good
keepers
at
have been what?
catching them when there's normal crosses coming in, but when it's a corner, he punches, and he should really be stronger and catch it.
I agree. I'd rather, but then at the same time, I'd rather, I guess, him get a fist to it than go up for the catch and then miss or have it knocked out of his hands. I see.
The confidence thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. But Josh, I interrupted you saying something about.
Foreign keepers have been playing volleyball for years, bro.
Yeah, it definitely is different. It's funny how much the game changes in a not that large of a geographic area. You know what I mean? You go from England to Italy, and I mean the game's totally different. It's weird. It's a weird one. But yeah, Ben Kaufman says one of our bigger players needs to be his blocker. He's saying no, don't use James Madison. And I agree. I think Richarlison would be sweet. I know that we frequently want him up the pitch in case we get, like an opportunity for a counterattack or like a fast break.
I'll say it now, and I'll give him credit for where credit's due. If you're gonna play him, have Højbjerg as his blocker because the guy's naturally strong anyway. Like he will shield Vicario.
Yeah,
but that's probably not the only use he has got to that squad.
I'm just waiting. The thing that upsets me is I feel like we're gonna get a foul called against us for this. I feel like some way they're gonna be all over Vicario. We're going to step up and just try to protect him, but an attacking player will fall over. They'll get a penalty. You know what I mean? It just I don't know what the answer is to this, but it's complicated because even if that only happens 1 out of 5 times. That's still a 20%. You know what I mean? It's still a 20% chance of them getting a penalty out of it. It's a shame, and so I don't really know 100% what the answer is to this. Ben though says that Brian Hill needs to go to your house, Ellie, get a fattening up.
Start giving him that lamb clefter Coels.
There you go. Yes. I'm excited. I'm excited for when I come to visit because Ellie said she's making me food. I can't wait.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah. Only 3 months away. We're only like 3 months away from my visit now, guys. Time is flying. We're getting there.
How's your mum as well, Colin?
She's okay. She sees the bone doctor today to find out if she needs surgery. She was laying in bed the other night trying to sleep, and the cat jumped up directly onto her bad arm. And she's not feeling very good today. And she's on all kinds of pain medicine, and that makes her all groggy and feels she hates it. She's like, I feel stupid and dizzy.
Yeah.
Is that going to impact her trip?
Do what?
Is it going to impact her trip over here?
Sorry, my thing is too loud.
Is that going to play a part on her trip over here? Could that potentially stop her from coming over?
No, we'll be good. We'll be good. Yeah. Like I said, we got 3 months, so she should be fine. Even if she does have surgery, she might still have like a sling on or something, perhaps. But we're coming regardless. We'll be there. Yeah. Shane says we need to keep the ball rolling. Hopefully, start getting more first half and set piece goals. That's a good point. We've hardly had any set piece goals, I feel like, this season. Am I just misremembering you guys, or have we had many set piece goals? I think ever since we lost that Italian dude that was doing our set piece coach, we haven't really looked
We've
as
scored
good.
from a couple
We've
of
had a few
corners.
from corners. We've had a few from corners. Like
We've had
Richie
nothing.
scored.
We've had nothing. We've had nothing from like free kicks or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a shame because
one we
last year
did
that was a
have
big
was
thing
allowed.
that we did.
Well,
You know,
we did have, and then Madison went off injured, who's undeniably our set piece taker in that kind of.
Yeah.
remit.
I
True.
think Poro's done a few corners that we've scored from. And then that one against Chelsea that was disallowed, wasn't it? Eric Dyer's one. Yeah, but other than that, I can't really recall from set pieces that we've scored. Like from a direct set piece, I don't think we have, apart from corners.
yeah,
We've got to do
yeah.
better
It's
at it, haven't we?
I would. I mean, yeah, we need to take advantage of that. We've got players with height. I feel like
Yeah.
for a tall player, Van der Ven doesn't get his head on many. Yeah, I don't know. We've definitely got it in us. I think that we'll maybe start scoring more, but yeah, it's tough. Guys, I wanted to ask you real quick.
Come from it doesn't matter, does it? At the end of the day,
A goal's a goal. People
Goal's
always
a
say
goal.
that all that Brennan Johnson can score is tap-ins. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. Tap him in all
Yeah.
day. Have you guys seen? I mean, obviously, Erling Haaland.
Savvy.
What the hell does that guy do other than? I mean, he scores some nice goals, but I'd say about half his goals are tap-ins, and that's fine. They all count the same. And I want to talk about Brennan Johnson, but first I wanted to ask you about Richarlison. Do you guys think that he's in a purple patch, or are we seeing his final form? Are we seeing the real Richarlison, or are we just seeing him having a good couple weeks?
Too early to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your guess, Josh?
When he played for Watford, he was really good, yeah. And I was watching him, and he was really, really good. And then he got his transfer to Everton, and he's got 1 in 3 at Everton. So it's not that bad a scoring record.
Yeah.
And now he's hit this purple patch, and he's playing generally well. You know, he's not playing brilliant, but he's doing things that he wasn't doing early doors. Yeah, so I'll give him the thumbs up, Dawson.
Yeah. Exactly. If anybody
Again,
deserves it.
I think it's just too early to tell.
Yeah,
If he continues this up until the end of the season, and he's still not,
he'll have like 20. He'll have like 20 goals if he keeps it up. That would be insane.
If he keep, I'm sorry, but as a striker, you should be getting a bare minimum of 15 to 20 goals per season.
yeah,
Anyway.
you should.
Richarlison has never scored more than 12 per season. In
I
the
think
whole
it's 13's his best, isn't it?
Something like
13's
that.
his
But
best.
he's climbing up. He's catching up to there. With Sonny back though, I mean, do you think that changes? I mean, I guess
Postecoglou's giving him the responsibility of being the man in the middle. I
Yeah.
think he's risen to it, and he's sort of got the confidence that my manager is trusting me to get the goals. So he stepped up.
he's taken
I
a
wanna-
lot of
I
shots.
wanna
He's
know.
taken borderline too many shots, in my opinion.
I want to know where Richarlison had his groin surgery, because I'm convinced he had it done in Skynet, because since he's come back, he's been a completely different. He's been
know what I mean? They put a bionic part in him, and he can actually.
Yeah,
turn.
exactly. Like he's turned into the Terminator. Like you put him in the face of goal, and he's knocking him in. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but again, it's all about consistency.
They always say you need to have balls of
praise him
steel.
now. I will
Yeah,
praise
it
him now
is.
because he's performing well now.
Yeah.
It's all about consistency, though. If he continues to do it, then I'll be on his side the whole entire time. But from right now, it's too early to tell.
I get that.
Josh.
I get that.
Very
That's
true.
a very, very good point. Very balanced
very good
answer.
point.
Very nuanced. I like that. I think they always say you got to have balls of steel. I think they just put some steel ball bearings in this guy. I think that he got all new nuts in this groin surgery because he has been
Yeah.
playing well. I keep playing this video because I think this is what Sonny's saying. I think Sonny's seeing all these goals for Richarlison scoring, and I think he wants a taste. I think this is Sonny right now.
Could you please get up off the toilet? I got the shit, bitch.
He's saying it's my turn. It's my turn up on that throne. I want it. And
Yeah.
I definitely think we'll see more of Sonny.
Yeah.
Did you guys? I'm jumping all over the place, but that's my favorite thing to do. Jose's not here to keep me on track. I can do whatever I want. Did you guys think that? I thought that Sonny was going to attempt to take a shot for that final pass, that assist to BJ. as soon as he picked the ball up, as soon as he got it from Richarlison, I thought, okay, something's going to happen. But I fully expected it to be a Sonny goal. Were you guys surprised at all that he chose to pass instead of trying to take it on himself?
No,
There is no I in team.
It's true. There is a goal, and there is an I in Son Heung-min. So you got to think about that. But whoa, we've got somebody in the chat named Unknown. Big up, Unknown.
Mysterious.
Who you are, I don't know. It is unknown. But very happy to have you here. Big up. Says you can't question Richarlison. He is allowed a day off. Even the best that misses some chances. Now Son's back. Everyone wants Son through the middle when clearly Son was ghosting when he was playing down the middle. That is a really good point. And I would like to know, I think that Sonny wasn't really doing great playing off the left initially towards the beginning of the season. Obviously, he got that assist off the left, the other day. I don't know. Ellie, do you keep Richarlison in the middle? Do you think he's more effective there, and then Sonny can do more maybe from the left, or would you put Sonny back in the middle?
No, I'll keep Richie there because
he's earned it.
If you move him now, he's going to dent his confidence as well. Plus, Sonny's good on the left, and he's good at picking out a pass. He's better than Richie than laying off that ball, because he's assisting. If you look at Son's assists, they're fantastic.
Yeah,
for assists are probably one of the best in the Premier League. So
he's up there.
I think he's very effective on the left. Obviously, when early doors, when he was banging them in against Arsenal and all that, but I think Richie's done very well in the middle, and he poses a really good threat with his head as well. Although lately he's been scoring with his feet, which is a big surprise. I'll just keep it like that. Don't rock the boat.
100%. And you, my man Josh, what do you think? Sonny down the middle, Richarlison down the middle?
Right now, Richarlison down the middle.
I almost don't think he's a very good winger. I don't think he's super effective off the wing. He takes, he's not as good with the ball at his feet, and so I think it makes more sense to have Sonny there, who's a bit more agile, who's a bit better of a dribbler, and by a bit I mean a much better dribbler. So yeah.
The final ball is better as well.
Definitely. Just want to say hi to Donna, hi to Swebmaster. Big up to you both.
Yes.
And
buddy.
And then and then unfortunately it looks like Josh is gonna have to dip out. We appreciate you coming in and joining us, man. You're welcome. You're always welcome. Let me know, dude. And it's been nice having you. Good luck with the girls. Have a great day, buddy.
See you later, man. Take it easy, guys.
Peace, brother.
Josh. Hope you get better. He's not very well, is he?
No, he doesn't feel good at all. So big up to him for coming out. I want to again say welcome to everybody who is in the house. Welcome to Talking Ball with Ellie and Call. And we're here to bring you all of the Spurs news, all of the Spurs fun. But yeah, that match the other day. So a lot of people real quick are talking about, I asked about Pascal Gross, and people are saying they want Matoma. They don't want Gross. They want Matoma. Daniel, you say Matoma would be perfect, but I don't dare to think how much Brighton would ask for him. Probably 100 million, seeing as they sold Caicedo for that as well. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. I don't know what his contract's looking like. I'll look that up. But while I'm doing that, Ellie, what would you take Matoma at Spurs? And what do you think would be a fair price for him?
I would take him because he's a fantastic footballer. He's got very good vision. His close control is immense. It's like the ball's glued to his foot. You know those footballers, they've just got that special touch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
and
ma'am.
The only thing I would say, the thing is, he plays on the left where Sonny is, so we'd have to adapt the team to accommodate him. Sonny's not going to last forever, and I think Matoma, he's quite young, isn't he? He's not that old.
No, that's exactly. I think this is going to sound terrible, Els, but I think that we need a Sonny. I think we need to be looking forward to a Sonny replacement. I know that's bad,
Yeah.
but we
Well,
didn't
it's
look
not bad,
forward
it's true.
for a Kane replacement, and we're seeing now that kind of
Yeah.
bite us a bit. So yeah, I mean, you said that he plays on the same side. He plays on the same side as Sonny, but I think that eventually Sonny's going to age out. Obviously, he's still got more in the tank. He's still got a lot to offer. But it's just something that I feel like we'd be remiss not to think about, at least what what we're going to do whenever Sonny his time with us is done.
Yeah. Every time he got on the ball for Brighton, I thought, oh no. And he done some really good balls, but they wasted them. They put them past the post. See, that normally, if you get a better striker, that's an assist from Matoma.
They
But
had,
he-
oh my God, they had
Yeah.
2 or 3 chances where I thought for
know.
sure we were going to be out of that match. I rewatched it yesterday just to kind of be able to talk a little bit more intelligently about the match today.
Yeah.
But God, they had so many chances where it would go just this wide of the post. You know what I mean? Vicario
know.
had no chance of stopping it. There was
Yeah.
a couple right at the death there where they could have really put the sword to us. And so we're lucky. I'm not trying to be negative, and I don't want to be one of those negative channels where we just talk shit about stuff. But we did get lucky. I think that last minute
did.
goal really papered over a lot of cracks. It really made us, kind of forget that it wasn't a very good match from Spurs. It wasn't. There were moments,
No.
but they outplayed us, I think.
Yeah,
And I think
the
people in
thing
the
is,
chat would probably agree.
Yeah, they outplayed us in terms of how they used the ball and how they moved the ball, but we were more effective with our passing that led to a goal, right? So
Sure, yeah.
when Kulu hit a purple patch in the first 10, 15 minutes of that second half, he just was rocking Kulu. Everything he did worked, and he beat 3 men. He done that fabulous ball to Sarr that split their defence in 2, and we scored from it. And then they took him off, and I couldn't really realise. I didn't know why they took him off, because he was hitting a niche. Right?
Yeah.
But there must be a fitness problem with him.
I think
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And I was just bringing this up here. Kulu with number 1, tied for number 1 in open play chances created in the top 7
Yes.
leagues, Els. So, I mean, Kulu isn't a bad player, and everybody who thinks that he's a bad player, I think, is silly. He's not, your normal, exciting, flashy winger. I know that we were looking at him or Diaz, who's at Liverpool,
Yeah.
and I know that looking at the 2 players, Diaz is the more exciting player. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He runs at players more. He's got that speed. He's dangerous. But Kulu is so important in such a different way. To me, Kulu is much more of that Eriksen type player who kind of is a I don't want to say number 10 that plays off the wing, but kind of, we did that with
Yeah.
Eriksen. Eriksen was such a creative player, but we used him as a winger, and he frequently would just drift into the middle and kind of play his game there. And I see similarities with Kulu just in what he's doing for the team. But you're right. I think Kulu gets a goal and assists, in the next 2 matches. I think people start singing his praises again and stop saying, oh, get Kulu out of the team. He's a waste of space.
Well, he got an assist, didn't he, in this game? So, and you know what? He's one of those. He splits the fan base, right? Because when he gets the ball, he doesn't always beat his man, but he holds the ball. He hardly ever loses it, and when he does, he fights for it back. So he's a very useful player to have it, and he's brilliant at carrying the ball for us.
Yes.
But when he gets to that final third, in my opinion, he has to do more, because he's got the minerals to do it.
He
Right.
does. He does have the
Yeah.
minerals. I love that. Yeah, that expression too.
Yeah.
He's
It's frustrating sometimes. You think, go on, Kulu, go on. And
yeah.
then he'll step back.
We
and
know
you'll think,
we know he can
"Why?"
do it. Exactly. Kulu.
He's just one of
it's
those
like
players.
I honestly I don't know. He's frustrating and amazing at the same time.
I
I don't know.
know.
I don't know whether, and I don't know what he needs to add to his game to make him a better player either. There's obviously, I mean, he can improve. He could definitely improve, but it's like, can he improve his top speed? Can he improve his explosiveness? Those are 2 things where I think he needs to improve. Is that possible? I'm not 100% sure. Just wanted to, before I forget, say hey to Christoph. Christoph, what is up, my man?
Christoph.
It's another name I don't see in here very often, so very good to have you. He says Werner left wing, Richie striker, Sonny right wing. That's a good. I mean, that's not a bad shout at all. I think Sonny's more effective off of the left than the right, but then again, I don't know how well Werner plays on the right.
I don't know. I've never seen him on the right, but
Yeah.
I have. I have for Chelsea. He was playing on the right because when he got the penalty when Dyer upended him, he was on the right.
That is a very good point. Yeah. So I mean, clearly he can do it, and I mean, Son can as well. And we already got this one. We're talking about Richarlison. Benny says that he's an instinctive striker. Give him time to think. He messes it up. If you whip balls into him, he'll stick him in the back of the net. That Everton match was the perfect example of this. You know what I mean? He really is an instinctive finisher. And you know what? We'll try it out, Ellie. I know this isn't the instinctive goal they were talking about, but good God, this one. I could watch this all day, and we'll try. We'll see if we get in trouble here.
Come on. This looks cool, man.
Yeah, I just found this online, and I was like, this is pretty neat. Wow. Yeah, what a
goal.
Yes, incredible. I'm just gonna watch it one more time. Even just that little pass from this little pass right there.
Yeah, that's Maddison's little dink.
Beautiful.
But he got it out from his foot and just flicked it with the outside of his boot.
Yeah.
Inside of his boot, sorry, to Richie.
Phenomenal.
Not an easy skill, but you know, people say, "Oh, we did a 2 or 3 yard pass," but he's doing it.
Yeah,
you know,
he had it literally caught underneath himself. The ball
Yeah.
wasn't in any type of position where, you know what I mean, a normal person would have been able to get that out, I don't think. So,
Yeah.
You get Richarlison the ball, who's in front of goal. Like Ben says, he's going to score. Let me see where we're at comments-wise here. Just want to make sure we get them all in.
We've got quite a few coming in.
Wayne Bonner, big up Wayne. Wayne, another member of La Familia. Always helping the channel out. We love you, Wayne. Says Richie's a different player than the Conte era, but we do need that 20-plus goal a year striker. We have goals all over the pitch, but need to score more. I can't argue with that.
11. Richie got 11 now, hasn't he?
I think it might just be 10. I can't remember. Hold on, we'll look at
10 or 11. One of the two. So we're halfway through the season, just over half.
Yeah.
So he can get another 10.
And he's just picked up that form. You know what I mean? He's been in such bad form. He's now looking like he might do it. So
yeah.
Big up Wayne. Big up Wayne. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised by Richie. I hope so, at least. Yes. Unknown is in here asking us if we saw Bowen get bullied by the Arsenal center back. In his opinion, Bowen is much stronger physically. Yeah, I didn't see that happen. I didn't. I think he's saying that matters, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Did you see? Much stronger physically. Right. No, I mean he's a strong lad, Bowen. He's quite built. You know, he's only small in height.
Right, he's got some width to him.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
A little bit of width to him. He's a strong lad and he's a good player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plays very good.
I'd love to have Bowen on our team. I hate West Ham so much, but I do like Jared Bowen. I think he's a good player.
They just got outplayed yesterday, didn't they?
Man, I didn't. So I was gonna watch it. I was at my mom's yesterday, helping mom out and everything. Was gonna watch the match, and then I looked and I noticed how I was like, "Oh, it's halftime. I'll turn it on." I saw the score, and I was like, "Never fucking mind. I don't want to see this. This is awful."
Yeah, because Arsenal. I mean, West Ham had beaten them twice this season.
Yeah,
at their ground and in the League Cup. Yeah, so it's a bit of a disappointment.
It was. It absolutely was. I also just wanted to add, Matoma is under contract until 2027, so looks like that's going to be a little harder than I thought to make happen.
You have to pay more to get him off the books.
Yep. Unknown saying though, when Richie went for the up, Son was down the middle. You lost to Chelsea, Aston Villa, Wolves, and drew to Man City, and Son only got 2 goals and assists and scored an own goal. Unknown, you make a good point. You make a really good point there. Yeah. I think Sonny was playing in the middle out of necessity. I don't think that was ever Postecoglou's plan. And yeah, big up Unknown. Unknown is contributing a lot today. We appreciate you. Says the outball to Sun is better out wide. You don't want to do what West Ham did, launching long balls to Sun, expecting him to hold off two center backs and link play. That is another good point. Sonny just doesn't have the strength that Richarlison has. So yeah, very, very good points.
He's just a better footballer, like in general. Sonny, he's got a better touch. He can turn quicker. He's faster than Richie. That's why you have him on the wing, and he's assisting. He's fantastic.
Exactly, and especially now that we seem to be doing those cutbacks, those low cutbacks. I think if Sonny whips one or two of those in, I think Richarlison's got some more goals coming. Got some more goals coming his way. Unknown saying you don't need a Kane replacement. You haven't regressed. Just need to stop conceding goals. Unknown, big up, dude. Really, seriously, we really, really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I love the Postecoglou way of goals coming from all over the pitch. I think honestly, it's something that we've been missing, and I've been missing it, and I didn't even notice that I was. But it's boring whenever one player scores all of your goals. It's predictable. It's dangerous. It's stressful. And when you've got players all over the pitch that can score, it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more exciting. By the way, speaking of goals, Sarr's goal against Brighton was something else. It made me so happy. Our Sarr boy, it was one of the most basic things. He just followed it in. He followed the ball in, after the initial shot.
Yeah, and then he tried to find Richie, and Lewis Dunk done that silly thing, and it hit the post, came out to him, and he
only had just 1 second too. I mean, he was moving away from goal. The angle was closing up fast. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he just got that left boot to it, put it in. Yeah. It was beautiful. I actually got up. I got up and jumped and screamed. I feel really bad for anybody. Well, I guess my wife, who was asleep. Hopefully she couldn't hear me downstairs. I didn't ask her if I woke her up, but yeah, that was a wild one. I really celebrated that goal very, very hard. I just didn't see it coming. You know what I mean? It kind of came out of nowhere. It was wonderful. And it all just comes from
top. We got the goal when we were on top, Colin. We was dominating that first 15 minutes. We were peppering it around. We were moving the ball quicker. Kulu was on it. And then we got the goal. And then it just seemed
again. Like I was just worried we were going to do one of those things, Els, where we play better. We're looking better than them, but we can't make anything happen. And then, you know what I mean? And then we just die off. And then we just, the energy kind of goes out the window, and we've tried and tried. It doesn't work. And then we all kind of drop our heads. But luckily that didn't happen. Sarr got the goal.
What I think was a big influence, right, is Postecoglou on the touchline, and he made some really good subs. A lot of people were saying, why is he putting that player? Why has he put Davies on? Because we were losing a lot down the left.
Yes.
And Matoma was really playing well. So
was a beast.
We had to sort of double bank on that side. And also Van de Ven wasn't having a particularly good game. He didn't make it. He made some good things, but he done a few bad things as well. Right. So on reflection, I think the substitutions made a big difference because we got at them, right? And although they did create a couple of good chances, they didn't score, and then we got the winner. So that's the main thing.
Absolutely. I love these these seemingly brave subs that Postecoglou seems to be making now. And I think we'll see more of that now that he's got a full team to choose from. He's got, all the players are pretty much available now. We're going to start seeing more subs that are impactful. He hasn't really had many options, attacking options, especially on the bench to turn to when things aren't going our way. Now you can throw on a Brennan Johnson, one of the fastest players on our team against tired legs. That's going to make a huge difference. That's huge. Yeah. So I think we're gonna start to see more subs, more early subs, hopefully. We all know that was one thing that drove people crazy about some past managers, all the way back to Poch even. It's just not making those subs until late, and not really giving the players a chance to, not really giving the players a chance to come in and actually do anything. Unknown is saying the chance created is a shot on goal. It could end up in Rosie. Yeah, and Hoybiers did, but we'll not talk about that too much.
I caught the
Ellie.
ball because I was high up with Phil P. I didn't really catch the ball, but I would have liked to.
That would have been awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Beer Talk says Brighton didn't score a legit goal, only a pen. We missed several chances. The only place they outplayed us was in the midfield. We kept getting knocked off the ball. Romero or Van der Ven got it back. I was going to say, real quick, I missed something from Daniel Ebel, which we'll get back to. But on this, what did you think about the midfield? I thought our midfield players looked a little bit off of it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they did.
Bentancur especially, which upsets me because we all know how good he is. But we got to remember, keep in mind, we've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's just come back from 2 big injuries, came back earlier than was expected. So, I mean, I think some rust is a little bit to be expected. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, they were quite static, Colin, and their movement was very lethargic. I was saying, when are they going to wake up? We were like screaming at them to get moving, and they weren't doing it. Normally, the crowd lift them, and they find their mojo, and they can get out of that lethargic style of play. Because the only one who was really making space for himself was Werner, because he was really puttering himself about, trying to, make himself available for the ball.
Yes,
and he did quite well. But the rest of them, Maddison was not on it. Benny was not on it at all.
I thought Sarr played okay. I thought
Sarr was good because he's always got that energy and that engine, hasn't he? He's not going to ever lose that.
No.
But he needed help from the other 2, and he wasn't getting it. Like player 1-2 and break the lines, and get through and drive forwards. But we weren't doing it, and Brighton were dictating the play. And it was quite frustrating, and we when are we going to get into the game? When are we going to get? But we created a couple of good chances for Richie, so we didn't do nothing. We did create a few chances, but we weren't effective because the team weren't gelling. Right, and then in the second half, the only time we really played well was the 15 minutes, right? And we got on top, and then we regressed again. We let them dominate again.
Yeah.
But I looked at the stats, Colin, and we had 53% possession.
I know. I found that hard to believe. I was like, really? I saw that as well. I was like, oh, okay.
I thought they had more possession, but, these things, they surprise you sometimes.
They do. They do.
I don't care about possession. I care about what you do with the ball. Yeah? How effective you are, and your passing, breaking the lines and pushing forward and
possession for possession's sake is
it's nothing if you don't do anything with it.
Right.
And yes, we had more possession, but we weren't doing anything for it apart from that first 15 minutes. And Hulu done that fabulous pass to Sarr, split their defence in 2, and it caught them hopping, and we're lucky we got back into the game, and then we went backwards again. But we had more energy when we went backwards. We weren't static like in the first half, and we were moving a lot more. The only thing, Romero played very well, and he had to step into midfield a lot because our midfielders weren't doing it, and he was looking for a pass, but they were all static.
And I like that Romero's not afraid to play a through ball, to play a dangerous pass, because he knows he's got Van der Ven behind him, to help mop up anything that happens, anything that goes wrong. But yeah, there was somebody in the comments 2 days ago. It was just directly after the match, talking about how Spurs need to quit playing these dangerous balls. And I didn't recognize the name, but about how Spurs need to quit playing these dangerous balls through the middle. But to me, Ellie, that's our game. That's our whole, you know what I mean? That's the whole thing there is the dangerous balls through the middle. It's those through balls to split the defense. Yeah, they're dangerous. Yeah, they could be intercepted and lead to, you know what I mean, the other team getting a, on a counter. But still, that's just the way that we're effective. And Postecoglou has even said in interviews that he tells the players to go out, take those risks. If it doesn't come off, he says, it's on me. I'm the coach. I'm the man. I'm the one telling you guys to do this. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want us to stop doing that. I like the dangerous through balls. I like that, and I think we go side to side a lot. We'll switch from one wing to the other. You know what I mean? From one side of the pitch to the other, but we don't. It doesn't really open much up, and it seems like those
No.
passes through the middle are really our only way of breaking the lines sometimes, and getting the ball to our forward players. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we do that. I don't want to stop. All right. Boom. There we go. Sorry about that.
There. Yeah.
Yep.
Let me
My
turn light
internet's
on as well.
internet's doing that thing I was worried about.
Yeah,
But Christoph, says Nico Williams or Neto. I'll be honest. I only know Nico Williams. I don't know much about Neto.
Neto
Obviously
of
he's
Wolves.
plays for Wolves. He's a good player. Yeah. But I just don't know which of the two would be better for Spurs. Do you have a preference, Els?
The thing is, I've not seen much of Nico Williams. I've seen him in reels and everything, but I've seen a lot of Neto. And what I see of Neto is a very good player. He picks up injuries because he's so fast and he does his hamstring a lot. But I don't know because I can't really compare them because I don't know enough about Nico Williams. But what I would say is
he's played in the Premier League.
Neto's played in Premier League. That's not always, the
end all, be all of everything.
Be all and end all. But he's playing very well this season, and he scored a worldie the other day in the FA Cup.
Yeah,
a fabulous goal.
I did see that.
He's on form. The boy. He's only 24, 25, I think. So he's got a lot more ceilings to reach. But I think he's a different player to Kulu. He will take risks. He'll take more risks than Kulu's quite a methodical player. He won't take too many risks if he thinks he's going to lose the ball. Whereas Neto, he knows he's got the speed to beat his player. Yeah. So he'd be a fantastic addition to our team, I must add.
Yeah.
I like the player, but Kulu's got better stats. You look at the stats, but when you're looking with the eye, Neto looks a better player. But when you look at their stats, Kulu's got far better stats.
Yeah, Kulu's an interesting one. Like I said, he's not a flashy player. He's not flashy. But he does wriggle through players and get out of tight spots, and he does things you wouldn't expect him to do.
Yeah.
And he's a ginger, so I have to support my own people,
Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, it's because I'm holding it on because I haven't got my usual stand today. So I forgot it downstairs, and I'm just holding it, so it's okay.
You're doing. You're killing it. We appreciate you, Ellie, for being here. We've got a keeper West Ham coming up, everybody. But I just wanted to ask too, Werner, good or nah?
In between, he had an up and down game, but he did what I liked about him. He made himself available, and he's a very clever player at finding pockets of space, getting away from his marker. He's very good at it. He just has to do a little bit more when he's got the ball. He uses the ball quite well, but I do like him.
I like that he doesn't seem afraid to take people on like some of our other players.
Yeah.
Even Brennan Johnson seems afraid to take on his man sometimes. Where Werner's like, I'll give it a go. I saw Werner do that cool thing that pacey players can do, where you just kick it around one side of them, you run around the other side of the defender, and you get the ball back. Love it. That's such a basic move. I saw it happen at high school level all the time, but it works if you've got the pace and you've got the speed. It works. And Werner, I like because, like with Johnson, he's growing, he's learning the game. I know that Werner isn't top tier, but he's played for top tier teams. He knows the game. He knows the patterns of play. He knows where he needs to be. So I like that about him. He's got some experience that you can't really teach. You know what I mean? You just got to have it. And I think he's going to surprise people. I don't think he's going to be a guy that's a goal machine. I don't think he's going to be a goal machine. I do think it's a possibility that he gets 8 to 10 this season. I honestly do think that's possible. But
I'd say more like 3 to 5. I don't see him as a goal scorer as such in the Premiership. I think he's there to provide. You know, he's playing on the left where Sonny is, so he probably only got into the team because Sonny was jet lagged, right? I think he wouldn't even move him to the right because you lose a lot if you lose Kulu on that right.
People will find that out. People will find that out if we don't play Kulu. And I mean, in those games where we played Brennan instead, people weren't exactly calling for Brennan to continue starting. If you know what I mean. It's not like they were like, "Oh, he was great."
Player. He's a better player than Brennan.
Yeah,
Brennan's still learning the game. He's quite
exactly. He's got maybe more tools. He's better tools than Kulu's got.
He's faster, but I think Kulu's got more tools because he can control the ball better.
He's got this.
He can hold the ball better for us, and he can drive forward better.
Yes.
He doesn't take risks. That's it. With a winger, you expect him to take a few more risks, but his passing and his vision is very good. So I like Kulu. I think he's a good player. He's a frustrating player as well, I must add. You know, you get, oh my God, what are you doing, Kulu?
Right. Yes.
Go
yes.
for it,
For
go
sure.
for it. You know, but that's how he plays. So we've just got to take the good with the bad with Kulu, you know.
Definitely. Adrian Sorka's talking about Kulu. I wanted to leave this up. Kulu's past Asar, who tried to find Richie and finished the rebound with a plum. Yes, absolutely.
Brilliant pass. Fantastic.
Sar, yes, and Sar just following that in. I just love. I mean, you're taught that from such a young age, playing football. If there's a shot, you follow it in. You know, there's a good chance that the keeper's going to like fumble it up, or you know, just knock it back into play. And there were a couple of times that match where had players followed their shot in, their keeper did spill it a few times, and I feel like we could have actually had a chance to. Werner had one. I'm trying to remember who else did it, but Werner had a shot.
Yeah, he had a shot and he put it wide.
Yeah. And so I just feel like if players would follow their shots in more, I think that would be a good thing. And that's such a basic thing that I'm just surprised more players don't do it. But again,
who was it who said about the bionic? Was it Josh? Wasn't it?
Yes. Everybody needs to go have that groin surgery. Whatever it is, whatever they're doing, let's just get the whole team one because
we need to bend Werner's leg a bit so that when he shoots, he scores the goal because he's always
just this far wide. 5
inches wide of the post. You know, he always misses more than he scores.
Yeah.
But he was like that at Chelsea. But when he was in Germany, he had a good goal scoring record.
Yeah.
So he's just got to adjust his body better.
I think he's trying really hard too. You know how sometimes if you try too hard, things just don't come off. It was like that for Richarlison for a while. You know, he just trying too hard. But
we've got to send Werner for that operation.
Yeah,
even if he doesn't need it.
Absolutely. Real quick, I just wanted to get through some more of these comments. I'm way behind, Jose. Sorry if you're watching this. I'm not doing a good job.
Jose's going to tick you off.
I know. He's not going to be happy. Unknown says Brighton seem to want to turn up against Spurs, but they lie on their back for Arsenal. That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah, but the thing, maybe this season, but last season they beat them. So,
true.
You know,
true.
And they beat us last season, and the season before they beat Arsenal as well. So, because they beat us 1-0 and they beat Arsenal 1-0, I think, as well, or 2-1.
As a team that has recently come up from the championship, they're awesome, and it's incredible, really, what they're doing. I think,
they're got a very good coach. They know their system, and they play it, pass and move.
Yeah, very Spurs. That's very early Spurs. That kind of push and run type of style. I love it. It's not too much different to what Postecoglou does now, but a little more balanced, I would say. I don't know. I don't like De Zerbi. Ellie. I don't like him.
You don't like him as a man.
Yeah, just mainly for that little thing that happened between him and Yeah, I think I actually have a little clip of that too, if I can find
Yeah,
it.
he's got a bit of a temper, hasn't he? That
He does.
Italian hotness.
Yeah, yeah,
It comes out occasionally.
it does. It does. And here,
Well, there is Christian Stellini, interim manager, shaking hands with Roberto De Zerbi. Doesn't seem too friendly, that though, does it?
No, not at all. No, there's
Postecoglou would have just taken that finger and just broken it. You don't put your finger up to Postecoglou like
You
that.
know what I mean? You
Yeah.
go, I'll give you a Greek sausage break of your thumb.
Exactly. It's nice to have a manager now that I think kind of commands respect, and Postecoglou does. And you know, I know, everybody watching, we know De Zerbi would not do that to Postecoglou. He would not be brave enough, I don't think, to do that to Postecoglou. But
he wouldn't square up to him. No way. He's about twice as big as him as well. Just watch him.
Yes, I would have loved to have known what went on with that whole back and forth.
Man.
Right? Exactly.
Yay! We got Chris in.
Yeah, we got everybody. Chris, Meta Football TV.
Yay,
Evening people must give credit to the guys regarding the build-up play for the second goal. Sonny's grounded cross was inch perfect too. I love when there's crosses that are on the floor. You know what I mean? They're just so dangerous. You never know what's going to happen. They could rebound off a player funny, go in for an own goal. I mean, there's just so many things, and we don't do very good with crosses in the air. They seem to, get cleared most of the time, and so let's keep them all on the floor. I like it. I like it a lot. Mr. M says best BJ ? Exclamation point. Yes, I honestly think that was some of the best Brennan Johnson magic we've seen. And so I call him BJ just for a little, just for having a little fun. I think
that goal, he was playing very poorly, and
that's
everybody
true.
was on his back, right? And you see when he scored, he was like he was saying
he barely celebrated it.
He put four goals. He put 2 on one finger, 2 on the other. So that's what counts at the end of the day. And if you're getting winners, you're giving us the points.
Absolutely.
So long may he come on and affect the game like that. I'll take that all day long.
Same. And I think he will. He's only going to get better. He's definitely not going to regress and get worse than he is now for us. I've seen people saying that he's never going to be as good as Aaron Lennon even, and I don't know how you can say that with certainty. You know what I mean? It's like, I think he's got more tools than Aaron Lennon did. For one, he's taller. That's going to help him a bit. Lennon was a great player. I loved Aaron Lennon. Aaron Lennon is part of why I follow Spurs and why I love them so much. Aaron Lennon was a player that really, I freaking loved that guy. But I think people are being awfully harsh on Brennan. I think we need to give him a little bit more time, see what he can do, and hopefully we see more goals. Yeah.
Just turning my camera because I've got to move room because Angela needs to.
You're good, Alice. No worries. And then I also wanted to just talk to everybody. It looks like Chris Callan ran into Dele at the match. It's nice that Dele was there. Hopefully we had him in a nice box, sitting someplace and enjoying himself. It's always good. It's always good to see Dele. Dele looks good.
Yeah,
he looks good in that picture.
He looks older, doesn't he?
He does, but he looks like he's in good shape. He looks healthy.
Trim.
Yeah. Got that haircut, but he's I love Dele. He did a lot for the team. Talk about winners and scoring points or getting his points. I mean, Dele did that plenty, so big up to Dele. I hope he's doing well. We all saw the interview. We know that he's had some mental health problems. Who hasn't? But it's good that he's talking about it, getting it out there, and hopefully he's doing great. And then you'll notice the other person in this vid, Mr. Chris Callan. I am not sure if you know this, Ellie. I'm sure you probably do. But we had one of our own on Chris Callan's show recently. Did you know that, Ellie?
Oh, right. It was Jose, wasn't it?
It was Jose. Jose got his predictions on Chris Callan's show. I thought that was the coolest thing. When he told me, he's like, hey, I emailed Chris Callan. And I was like, cool, he's never going to email you back. And he did. He did it. So big up to Jose. If anybody wants to check that out, that's actually in the community section of the page. And we've got a link to that, so you can go and see Jose's, his this week's or this past week's predictions. And I think it went well, and there might be more of those to come. So everybody be on the lookout for that. We're making moves over here at Talking Ball. We're talking to Chris. We're talking to Chris Cowlin, and everybody. I mentioned Jose, and you can't mention Jose without throwing up Jose's channel. Everybody, El Tal Cockerel is his solo channel, his personal channel that he does stuff on. And he's always here. But if you guys want to really be good people, let's show him some support. He's at like 160 something. Let's bump those up. Everybody, if you're here, hop over to this link here. We're dual streaming. This stream is actually on over there, so you can watch it at either place. But we'll go over to El Tal Cockerel. We'll give him a like. We'll give him a subscribe. He would be so happy to see those numbers go up, and so would I. So everybody, let's go out and help Jose. El Tal Cockerel.
Because when I send out the link for the show to WhatsApp to all our community on WhatsApp, I've got both links. I've got Talking Ball at the top, and then I've got Jose's link, so you can click both of them and share them both as well. Because sharing helps a lot. When you share it to your Spurs friends, or just your friends and family, just share it with them. Share the love. Come on.
Exactly. And it feels good when you're doing something and you're putting work into it every day. It feels good to see some results and to see some growth and love that. I love that here on Talking Ball. I won't lie for a second. It does. It is a nice feeling. And it's nice to have you guys all with us. Let's see where we are in the comments. Audio Artisan says he'd rather have Alfie Devine in the squad next season than Werner.
Yeah.
Is that how you feel, Ellie?
Yeah, I agree, because Alfie Devine is a fabulous footballer, and he's been with us for quite a few years now. I think this is his third season with us, and he's impressed. He's gone out on loan, and he's impressed on loan. He's played for England, he's impressed. So he deserves his chance, the young lad, and he's got a very high ceiling as well. So I love him. And Brian Daigle, me and him always have a chat about Alfie Devine, because Alfie Devine, Brian Daigle, he loves him. So I love him too, right? Because I think he's a fabulous footballer, and I think he's going to be top notch for us. So he does.
Can I ask a silly question? This will show how little I watch the youth teams. But he's kind of like a attacking midfielder, right?
Yeah, he's an attacking midfielder with a very high ceiling. His skill set is fabulous.
Good at picking out a pass. He's got a good eye for a pass.
Yeah,
good weight on
good
his
eye
passes.
for a pass. He's very nippy. He's very mobile. He gets around the pitch, works hard. So he's not one of these luxury players that doesn't put his £5 worth on the pitch. And he affects the game. That's the main thing, and I think he deserves a chance now.
Yeah, I see. I want to see more of him myself. I've never seen the man play ball, and I know that's embarrassing. I need to change that.
His name in on YouTube, and you'll see his highlight reels.
Yeah. For the England under 21s and such.
Yeah, if you put his England performances in, he's played very well. I would love to see another player come from the ranks and really tear it up. It's always a good thing. It's always a good feeling. Definitely.
Wayne Bonner, though, on the Werner question, he says Werner's a good player, always finds space to use his speed. Once he gets his confidence back, he'll be adding goals to his game. He adds to the team, and for me, it's a good addition to the squad. Wayne, that's exactly where I'm at, Wayne. I agree 150%. I think, especially for the price that's being bandied about for him, or the 17 million or so that he would cost to make this loan permanent. Let's do it. I mean, I think it's almost a no-brainer. But if we were going to do that, I think we might need to get rid of a player. I guess I'll put it this way: who would you rather have? Actually, you know what? Let's keep her West Ham this, so I don't get into the actual question at hand here. So we're gonna play the wonderful intro. Nobody leave. This is just an intro video. This is not an ending of the show video. But it is time to keep or West Ham, everybody.
Best game show on the net.
Let's do it. Yes, best
Come
Spurs
on.
game show on the internet. Here we go, everyone. Let us keep or West Ham. It always takes me a second to find things. Keep
We don't really
or-
like West Ham at the moment, do we?
No,
They're
no,
not
not at all.
still Idiots.
Ugh, ugh, blow bubbles, guys. Blech.
Yeah.
Everybody, yes, you know what time it is. Keeper West Ham time. As Ellie said, it is the best Spurs game show on the internet, as voted by 2 people that I know that told me that. So big up to them and
A million
big up
people,
to
actually.
everybody. Oh, look at this. John Fitzpatrick. I had to say what's up to Fitzy. Fitzy is one of my oldest friends, and it is always good to have him in the house. Fitzy, I'll be seeing you in 3 months, man. Coming to Ireland as well. Can't wait to see you, brother. And look at this, Ellie, just in time. We are joined by the one, the only
Yay!
Lee Smithy Smith. What up, brother?
Good, man. You good?
Yeah, dude, you sound good. You sound like you feel a lot better. Don't sound so stuffy.
Yeah, no, I feel better. I'm a bit tired, but yeah, I'm good.
Nice
I'm
top,
always
nice
tired. I
top.
think that's part of just like growing up, you know.
Jacket.
I'm always tired.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Champions-
very nice.
Champions League.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah,
Back in
man.
the Poch and Delhi days.
Yeah,
Yes.
do you know?
The good old days. The good old days, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How are you
I
guys?
miss
You
him.
all right?
yeah,
Yeah, doing good, man. Ellie's back on camera, so
Yeah.
her burn is healed up.
Yeah, it's healed up, thank God. Thought I
Live
was
and
gonna bring
direct.
a holy face, but it's healed up, thank God. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing you, Lee, Smithy Smith, at the Wolves game, isn't it? You're going to be.
I will be there.
Come on.
Get
And we're going
in.
to sit down in the Antwerp, have a pint of Guinness and discuss this PEH love.
Yeah. Do you
Uh,
know what? I think
Antwerp's like my
I'm gonna
favorite
hide
place
the
in the
toilet.
entire world.
Eh?
I
I'm
I
gonna
love
hide in the toilets.
I love the Antwerp. Nice place. Good people.
It's a really nice pub. They're so friendly.
Yeah. They
Wait, the Antwerp.
yeah.
Their chips are amazing.
I need
Oh
to have
my
words.
God.
They've done away with the loyalty card, so we got
Yeah.
unfinished
Oh.
business in there.
We have
Ooh,
to
see?
we have to see what we can do, Lee. When we
Yeah,
go
they-
in there.
They
We'll
like
let
me
you
over
know.
there. I'll see what I can do when I come over, you know.
Do you go in there as well, do you, Colin?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, so you
there's-
know
there's a-
exactly what we're talking about.
I
Come
do.
on.
I do.
Yeah.
It's a nice place. The first time I went there, I didn't even know they had like the it was nighttime, and I didn't know they had like the area in the back, you know, like the kind of garden, the
Yeah.
little garden area out back. It's
Yeah.
nice out there. It's just a really nice place. I've only been twice, but every time I go, they make me feel like I'm at home there. You know, they
Yeah,
treat
they're
me very
alright.
well. They take care of
people.
me. Man, I went to Coach and Horses. There's a couple of nice places, nice famous Spurs pubs that I've been to the last couple times. Coach and Horses was sweet. I bought a knockoff jersey from some guy, a knockoff Spurs top from some guy in there for
Yeah.
40 pounds.
It wasn't Mr. Box Office, was it?
No, but I always say it, and I'm like, man, that guy's gonna see this, and he's gonna be mad. But no, bought me a knockoff Spurs top. It was hilarious. At this time, he was like, yeah, he's like, I've even got access to next year's kits if you want to see them, and like showed me some pictures. Absolutely not this year's kits. Absolutely
alright,
not
mate.
at all. But it was fun stuff. It was funny, and met some great people. Can't wait to meet some more. We're not staying in Tottenham this time.
Okay.
Staying in Tottenham is an interesting experience. There,
I lived
it's
there for 22 years.
yeah.
So
See,
I survived it.
exactly. Everybody was like, "Hey, don't go 2 blocks that direction." They're like, "You're fine here, you're safe here," but they're like, "If you go that way 2 blocks, they're like, it gets
Where
a little."
do you actually stay in Tottenham then? There's no hotels, is there?
No, we got a like
B&B,
an
isn't it?
Airbnb.
Yeah.
Just like rented somebody's apartment. We were staying in a place that called the maps called it Little Russia, so I liked that it was called Little Russia.
Airbnb, that must have been £20 for a week, mustn't it? In that area,
It was very inexpensive. It was very inexpensive. I
I
love
can
it.
imagine.
Yeah, man. No internet, no TV. It was fun. It was fun. We had a lot of good times, and then we'd go out and we'd walk at night, and everybody was always worried about us. It was
Queen
fine.
Ellie, that's a nice face to freeze on.
What'd you say, Smithy?
I said Queen Ellie, it's a nice pose to freeze on.
Oh my God, she did freeze. Hold on, we'll get her. We'll get her. Yeah, that is beautiful. Ellie, whenever you're unfrozen, we got to get you back in, my lady. I don't want to be rude. But look at this, Smithy. We've got a keeper, West Ham. You came in right at the perfect time. This is a weird one, but here we go. We've got Chadli, Lamela, and Werner.
Keep Lamela, bench Chadli, West Ham Werner.
That was so quick, so easy. I love it. I'm glad that there's other Lamela fans in the fan base. I loved Lamela, and
I used to love Lamela. To be fair,
yeah. Lamela was a lot of fun. Lamela, score a Rabona, get a red card. I just love a bit of shit housing, and look who's back. Ellie is back in the house.
Rookie mistake. My battery died.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You froze making a funny face, so that's the only reason we took you off. We were like, uh-oh, Ellie won't like that.
best pose I've seen you do, Ellie. I liked it.
Yes.
So this is the keeper West Ham, isn't it?
It is. So we've got Nasser Chadli, Eric Lamela, and Werner, the new acquisition. And Lee's already given his. He's keeping Lamela, benching Chadli, and Werner is going bye-bye. What about you, Miss Els?
I have to agree with keep Lamela. Liked him. I loved his shithousery as well.
God, so did I. So good. Yes.
Only thing I would say, you should have let the ball go a little bit earlier sometimes when he's dribbling. Because his dribbling skills good. Nasser Chadli was all right. He wasn't a bad player. I would say he's scored quite a few goals for us on the back post. He was all right. Not as good as Lamela. And Werner, he has to go to West Ham because he's new, isn't he? I'm not going to put him over two players who played more games as well. And they both performed quite well for us. Werner's still, he's got to prove himself, hasn't he?
Definitely does.
Chadli
was good. Chadli would score goals. Chadli's whole thing was that he would be like invisible for an entire match.
Yeah.
But then he would score an important goal. I think Chadli off the bench is a good one. You need a goal. You need some extra oomph up top. You put Chadli in. I like that. Hey, and then can somebody, Smithy, mainly you, bro, can you help me read this comment? Because I feel like it is a tiny bit too British for me to understand.
When me call you fee, answer midnight, me turn into monster. Fatima. No, I have no idea what that
Believe Benny, me no boy, me a tantrum in the me soul. Me have anger. Ever see a big man throw one tantrum? No, KM 1804. We have not seen it. I've never seen a big man seen one big man throw a tantrum.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. I was.
Call you fi after midnight. Me turn into a monster. Believe Danny me, but no boy me a phantom in.
I love that. You sound
like. I haven't ever see a big man throw one tantrum. Is that not on belly?
I don't know. I said we got like half of it. KM 1804. If we missed something, let us know. We're trying.
Ellie, I I liked that first sentence. You sounded like a Jamaican nan. I liked it.
When you call me, you've been
I am from Tottenham.
That's true. That's true.
I liked it.
I grew up with Jamaican people, so I love Jamaican people. They're lovely.
Tottenham, I love how many.
Don't mess with them because they'll bloody get you. I'm telling you, you have to get on their good side because Jamaican people are lovely. You get on their bad side, nah.
I wouldn't want to.
Keep on
No,
their good side.
I don't want to get on
lovely
anybody in
people.
Tottenham's bad side. That's for sure.
Good food as well.
Jamaican food? Oh hell yes!
They're brilliant. They're brilliant chefs. The Jamaican people. Brilliant.
Absolutely.
They make nice food.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying Werner to West Ham, you guys. Me is saying
Yeah.
keep Lamella, bench Chadley, and West Ham Werner. Adrian's switching it up a bit. He wants to keep Chadley, bench Lamella, Werner to West Ham. And I don't mind that either. Lamella was nice to come off the bench, especially when you needed, some shithousery to close out a match.
Right.
Mia's pointing out that Lamella still likes all the Spurs social media stuff. That brings it. That's awesome. That's good shit right there. I love a player that loves Spurs. I mean, that goes a long way with me. When these players care as much as I care, or at least seem to care as much as I care, love it.
That's Richie.
That's so true. Yes, it is Richie. 100%.
Richie and Sonny. Sonny cares a lot.
Sonny, yeah. Sonny too.
Yeah.
JJ is giving us a good haha, but I don't know what about because it's been so long. Could have been many things. Big up, JJ.
It might be us trying to read that sentence out, Colin.
I think you're right. What about you, JJ? Do you know what KM's saying here? Because we are just lost. But if anybody can help us figure it out, we would love it. Daniel E is here, but he hasn't got his answer in. In the Hype says it was Jamaican autocorrect. I love it. In a Hype, big up, dude. Big up. And Mia saying,
said
"Oh
you
my
sounded
God,
Jamaican."
Do what?
I said Ellie sounded Jamaican.
I would try to do a Jamaican accent, but I would just get roasted.
Stick to your American one, isn't it?
It's hard. It's hard. It's really hard. JJ says, no, I don't know what they were trying to say. No worries, JJ. No worries. But everybody, get your votes in. Who are you keeping? Lamella, Chadley, Werner. One of them's got to go to West Ham. One of them can sit on the bench, come off the bench when we need them. But yeah, I mean, Werner hasn't shown us anything. And I think that's kind of where you guys are at with that, right? We just haven't seen anything from him to tell us that he needs to stay. I mean, he runs around. He puts himself about. He's gotten his sister too so far. But, oh, look at this. Daniel, I'm controversial, man. I'm choosing not to answer. We're going to have to change your name to Controversial E. I think that's what we're changing it to, Daniel. But big up, dude. Love having you here always. This is not I try to choose ones that aren't the players that you would normally think of, that are kind of just some random players, make you think a bit. Wayne is here. He says, I liked Lamella, but he was injured more than fit. Chadley was a good player and scored goals. Gutted when we moved him on. Yeah, I think Chadley was a weird one. I think Chadley left because he wanted like a guaranteed starting spot in a team, if I remember correctly. And did he go to Hull from us? Where did Chadley go? I can't remember.
West Brom.
West Brom?
Yeah, West Bromwich Albion.
Okay, yeah. Good old Chadley. And then he played at I'm trying to think of where he went after that. I wanted to say Stoke, but I don't think that's true. That was we got rid of what's his face, the defender to Stoke. Sonny's friend. What was his name? God, he was like German or something.
What's his
friend?
I'm trying to think.
Defender.
It was it was a defender. It was a defender. He came from the German league. If he wasn't German, and he was Sonny's friend. Him and Sonny went like everywhere together. I think it was because they both spoke German.
That narrows it down to the whole human race, Colin. Everyone's
Sonny's best friend, right?
He only played for West Brom.
Okay, so defender, Tottenham. And Stoke. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna figure out this guy's name. Kevin Vimmer. Kevin Vimmer.
Oh, Kevin Vimmer.
That's the guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that. Audio Artisan's got my back, says Kevin Vimmer. Kevin Vimmer was an interesting one. I'll probably have to sneak him into one of these here pretty soon too. Kevin Vimmer was weird. He was kind of terrible, but he had like a 6-month stretch of time with us where I think it was Toby was injured and he played with Jan, and he looked great. But I think that's just playing next to Jan Vertonghen.
He put on a bit of weight, didn't he?
I think I would look good playing next to Vertonghen. So
because when he was younger, he was very slim. He was quite fit, and then he put on a bit of poundage, and then he lost his mobility a little bit. But he was strong. He was a strong defender, but I think not good enough for Spurs.
I agree. I would agree with that. It seems like with the keeper West Ham, everybody is saying that Werner, goodbye. We haven't seen enough of you yet, bud. So that one was pretty easy. I might have made that one too easy for everybody. Let's just put this one up for Els real quick and see what she has to say about this one. I just want to make Ellie upset.
Oh my God!
What do you got here, Ellie?
Oh God! Well, the thing is, they're two different players.
Yeah.
Totally different players. But if I'm going to choose one, I have to choose Steve Perryman because he won so much with us. He played the most games for us. He was a fantastic captain, and he was just one of those. He was an unsung hero, really. He done a lot of the work for Glenn Hoddle. You know, picking the ball up and just laying it off to Glenn to do his beautiful work. And he was a versatile player as well. So even though Dembele's got a higher ceiling than he would have ever reached, I just can't go against Steve Perryman because he's.
I knew you couldn't. I knew you couldn't.
He's on my hat as well. Like I wore the hat Saturday, with his name on it, and I love Steve Perryman with all my heart. Brilliant.
I basically just wanted to make this tough for you, Ellie. That was my only thing. I was just kind of being mean. I was kind of being mean to Ellie.
I love him in a different way because he was such a fabulous footballer. Probably the most technically gifted behind Glenn Hoddle in terms of, you know, how he could pick the ball up and run with it and spray passes.
Definitely.
You know? But I have to go for Stevie Perryman because
Stevie P.
Club legend.
Yeah.
And our most decorated player as well, I must add.
That's true. That is very true. I knew that one would be tough for you.
Yeah, it is because I love Dembele.
I know it. And Wayne Bonner says Perryman all day long.
Colin, naughty boy.
That's what I'm here. I'm here to cause trouble, to stir trouble.
Yeah, you are.
But Lee, I haven't talked to you since the match, bro. What'd you think? I mean, so let's start off with the beginning. That penalty. Do you think that was a penalty? Was that a pen?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a penalty, wasn't it? Unfortunately, I didn't think it was to start with, but unfortunately, it was.
Yeah.
I had to re-watch it again, like yesterday and today, because I was trying to stream it, and I was having an absolute mare with it. Oh no, you was on stream with me on Jacobs, so you have spoke to me.
Yeah. Oh, time just flies by. You're right. We
was on Jacobs thing, so I was having an absolute mare with it, but I managed to sit. And I finished watching the second half today. But the second half was much better than the first. So
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, and we've lost Ellie, but now we've got Ellie. She's back. Ellie is back.
Can't tell me that battery's empty as well.
No, I've got it on charge now, and I'm holding it. I'm holding it with my right hand and balancing it so I don't move it about too much.
We're not going to go too much longer, Ellie. I don't want to make you do that for too long. But Daniel E. asks, when you say you rated Lamela at Spurs, just wondering what impressed. Besides the Rabonas, he was injured most of the time. Daniel, good question. I just like that he gave a shit a lot. Like, he looked like if you let a fan go out there and play. He really just seemed to care. He
was angry. I loved it.
And I loved it. And he just, and I guess that reminds me of when I was a player because I was the same way. Anger. I just played with like pure hatred in my heart. And Lamela was that same way, and he understood the rivalries, the rivalries that we all cared about as fans. He hated Arsenal. He hated Chelsea. You know,
Yeah.
he just knew, and I think it's from his time in Argentina and playing in what is that derby there? That's the huge one, but that he had played in. But yeah, Lamela also had great thighs, says Mia. Yeah. And Chris Peters is in the house. Big up Chris, my man. Chris Peters said Lamela loves Spurs. Battle of the Bridge stuff. That is exactly it. He stepping on Cesc Fabregas's hand. He just was always up for a battle and would throw some bows, and he was just always up for it. Lee, did you rate Lamela at all?
Yeah, I like Lamela.
That makes me like you even more, bro. I already knew you were a good person, but no.
When you come to the UK, are you going to any games?
So when I get there, it's the 14th of May, and I don't. Let me see what the last match of the season even is.
Oh yeah,
I think it'll
Burnley.
be ended by then.
I think so
Yeah,
too.
Burnley, yeah.
Sheffield United is our last game.
Yeah,
No, our last game at home is Burnley, isn't it?
I think it's Sheffield United. I think it is.
Let's see when the
a
latest
look,
one
Lee.
is. I think I missed the last
it's
match by
Sheffield
just
United.
it's Sheffield on the 19th. So
Our last home game is
the 11th.
of May. It's Burnley.
Burnley.
Our last game is away at Sheffield. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, I will be. At least I'll be around for the Sheffield match, so I could hopefully get with some people and watch that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just get a little watch party together. See who we can round up. That could be a good time.
At the Antwerp.
Yes,
We could watch
exactly.
reruns of Lamela. We could watch reruns of Lamela, couldn't we?
There you go. No, but we really should. Let's do that. Let's make that a thing.
Yeah.
We'll try to get some people together, round up as many people as we can to watch that Sheffield match together.
I was going to say to you, you were here at the same time as Leo.
No, we miss each other.
No.
We should have planned it. I didn't even know he was coming, but we miss each other by like a week or 2 weeks or something like that. Just you guys are gonna have your fill of America. You're gonna be like, get out of here, Americans. We already had Leo for 2 weeks. Now we got you, Colin.
Man. No, we would
Wow.
never do that. We welcome you, take you to the pub, feed you up. We
We have quite a few Americans that are living in the UK that are going to Tottenham games. I know quite a few that in my block.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice, man. See, I'm hoping when I'm over there, someone will offer me a job. That's my real hope, is that I'll find me a job someplace and then just move.
Ask
Just move
Levy.
There you go. Donna Colin is in the chat all the time. Maybe we should just ask her.
Come on, hook him up. Hook him
Yeah,
up for the job.
Come on, Donna. You always talk
Cut
about
the
how pretty I am.
grass, Colin. Cut the
Do what?
grass.
Cut.
Exactly. I could see. There's all kinds of stuff I could do. My talents. I have. I've had about every type of job you could have. I used to draw blood at like a hospital. I've been a salesman. I've worked at TV news stations before. I now do like computer help stuff. There's so many. I could find something. Somebody there could offer me a job.
You've got many talents.
Yeah.
Are you going on the F1 track when you're here?
Oh, I have to. That sounds like a blast, man. I bet it'll cost me like a pretty penny, but
I looked today. Apparently, it's like the biggest circuit's like £85 for 30 minutes.
fuck, Jesus.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? I'm going on the tour. I'm going on the tour with my niece and my brother because I've never been on the tour before.
The tour is amazing. I've done that.
Yeah.
I've never seen a
I
match
hope it's
there.
Aussie Ardiles. I want it to be Aussie Ardiles.
Digging you out, Colin.
Do what?
Digging you out.
I know. Oh, exactly. And I know she did it on accident, but she called me Colin too, and that's even people call me Colin all the
I
time.
love Mia. She makes me laugh, man.
Oh yeah, Mia's the best. Mia's the best. I think this beard is pretty. No, it definitely needs trimmed up though, for sure. Mu's 100%
Yeah, I think
right.
you need to visit with the razor.
Yeah, I do.
I miss the 70s porn star look.
Yeah.
Just get the mustache back. I asked my wife about that. She said no. She said no way. I couldn't
that's one of
do
your
it.
other jobs that you're keeping under tabs. Isn't it,
Absolutely.
Lee?
There you go.
70 porn star.
And maybe that's how I'll get the job when I come to London. There you go.
There's a couple of shorts in London, that's for sure.
Oh, good stuff. Real quick, who was you guys' man of the match versus Brighton? And we'll start with
Easy for me.
Smithy.
Pape Sarr.
Boom! I fucking love that answer. God, I love that kid. We're gonna have so much trouble keeping hold of him. He's just too good.
Yeah, it has to be Pape Sarr, to be fair.
Yeah.
A lot of people, 70s car salesman look. I see sales. I've been in sales. I can do it. I can do it.
What
Yeah.
do you think, Ellie?
Definitely. Huh?
Who do you think?
What, man of the match?
Yeah. Don't
No,
say
no,
Højbjerg.
no. Pepe Matasar. Pepe Matasar. No.
See, a lot of people were trying to tell me that they thought Bentancur played better than Sarr, but I don't buy that for a second.
No.
I don't think
way.
Bentancur played very well at all.
No, he had a
No.
couple
I
good
watched
passes,
it,
but he
He was
wasn't.
off it. He was off it.
Whenever you set your level as up here,
Yeah.
when you play down here, everyone's gonna notice. If your level's just here and you play here, fine. But
Yeah.
he's
I'm not
you
too
know what I
harsh
mean?
on him, though. He's just come back from a massive injury, man.
Two
injuries.
injuries.
Two
yeah.
injuries.
Two
That's
injuries,
true.
man. Yeah,
So
and it does show because he hasn't got his fitness yet. But once he gets his mojo back, you know that he's got silky skills, Bentancur.
Absolutely.
Beautiful footballer.
And I also think it was Van der Ven's worst game so far for us.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Not
If
just
I'm
because
totally
of the
honest.
penalty.
No, he got
Not
knocked
just-
off the ball.
Yeah, he wasn't at the races, was he?
And
He done a few good tackles.
yeah,
but
he didn't look himself. He definitely didn't look
No.
himself. That's for sure.
I
True.
think maybe he lost a bit of confidence after he let that penalty go in the first half. I don't know.
maybe.
I mean,
yeah,
we see it happen with players a lot. Højbjerg in the game against the City, he had
Who?
those two errors just like one after another.
Who?
Man
Oh,
City, I know.
your boy Højbjerg.
I don't know who Højbjerg is.
Come on, Lee. Like when we played Man City
whose name
away,
is
he was
Højbjerg?
integral to us getting back into the match.
I mean, he's quite talented. He fell over the ball in our box and nearly conceded, and then he hit the
not
golden
shit.
cockerel again.
No, listen, he's done very well off the bench. When he starts, no, right, because he can't keep up with the pace. But off the bench, he's very useful. And we've won a lot of games when he's come off the bench, and we've won a lot of points
Yeah,
when
but
he's
yeah, but
come
that's
off.
that's not
he
because.
puts himself about. I notice
Right.
everything he does.
She
more than
watches. She's
anybody
watching.
else.
She's got
I'll
I
watch it
see
like
Ellie
I'm
with just a notepad.
No,
and
I don't need the
Højbjerg
notepad.
got 2 touches
That's
here,
for Mia. Mia's got the
2
notepad.
progressive touches here.
He
Um,
does
I
lose the
just don't
ball,
think he just
obviously.
doesn't fit Angie's system.
No, he
Full stop.
doesn't. But footballers can adapt, right? And he's tried to adapt his game as much as he can. Right?
do you
He's
think
tried.
he stayed because
But
he
he's
wanted
not-
to
he's
stay?
not going to be
Do you think
kept
he stayed?
anyway. He's not
Yeah,
going to be kept anyway.
I
Past
still
this
think he
season.
suits being in
He's
a red
been moved
t-shirt. To
on.
be honest.
We're going to
Do
get
you think-
better than him. Just put it that way.
Do you think he stayed because he wanted to stay, or do you think he stayed because
I
no
think
suitable
he
offers
stayed
came in?
because Postecoglou realised that we've got a shortage, and with Bentancur, you know, he's got those 2 injuries behind him. We might lose him again. He might break down. And
Yeah.
Maddison came back from injury, so it was out of necessity rather than choice.
Mia says Lee puts himself about and is better than Pierre. He can't adapt. He is the level of Bournemouth. says
I
Mia.
don't think Lee would be as good a footballer as Pierre-Emile Højbjerg.
I don't know. I've
Otherwise
never
he'd be
seen Lee.
playing.
I've never seen. I can't say 'cause I've never seen Lee play football. So
I
I
can think
can't.
more
I'm a
balls
better
than it. That's for
footballer
sure.
than him.
You put it on frame. You at least put the shot on target. Wouldn't have gone over the goal if Lee hit it. That's for sure.
Yeah, hit the cockerel. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
I know
He's
I was saying he's taking Sissoko's job of just skying him out of nowhere. We used to have Sissoko do
Yeah.
that for us, and now we've got Pierre. Daniel brings up a good point here. He says Bentancur was poor. I would drop him next game for Bissouma.
No.
I thought Bissouma played really well. I was actually really impressed with
Did he come
Bissouma.
on?
He's somebody I've been
what?
giving a lot of shit because I don't think he's been doing a great job. But I thought he did wonderfully in that match.
it was all right. He carried the ball quite well, but we
Yeah.
lost control. That first 15 minutes, we were in control. Then we lost control of the ball again.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good thing is we scored the goal, so that's what counts at the end of the day. You get the 3 points on by hook or by crook, we got the 3 points over the line. You know, with a brilliant passage of play that led to Brennan scoring. So I'm sure Brighton would have loved to have won, but we won. So that was pipe and smoke it, Brighton.
There you go.
Anyway,
Exactly.
we're getting back one for Mia because she was telling me that the seagulls nicked her boy food at the beach. So we had to get on back.
There you go. Yes, as Jacob would say, "Fuck those seagulls."
Yeah.
And yes,
Stuff
I
it.
agree completely. Smith,
Yeah.
did you think that Bissouma played well? Because I thought Bissouma sort of had a poor season. Did you think he played well yesterday? Or 2 days ago? Sorry, I'm losing my days.
I don't think he's had a bad season. I think he's made silly mistakes by getting sent off a lot and getting cards, but I don't know if he's had a bad season.
All right, maybe I'm being too hard on. Maybe I'm being too hard on the man.
He's let the team down. I'll give him that. But playing wise, I don't know if he's had a bad season.
All right, fair. See, I love it. I love it. Maybe when I'm usually the one that's like giving everybody a break. It's really nice to the players, but I'm like, no, Bissouma's trash. He's not been up to standard. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being too harsh on the guy. Yeah. Would you drop Bentancur? Would you drop Bentancur for Bissouma, you guys?
Yeah.
No.
Right now, yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would give Benny a half. I'll give Benny a half and Bissouma a half each.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I
I
suppose.
don't think Benny can last more than 45 to 60 minutes. In 60 minutes against Man City, he'd gone. Against 60 minutes against Everton, he'd gone. He didn't have no legs in him. So I'd give him 45 and then just ease him in slowly. You know?
I think he
almost think I want Bentancur to come off the bench. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that he could do good coming off the bench and have a good maybe a couple cameos, and then we'll have him starting again.
But
I
then
think
he
that
won't
would be
get
the way
his
to go.
fitness back. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Because when you're
true.
sitting on the bench, you need to be playing from the start. That's why he started. Because he's
Yeah.
more
Try to get his legs back.
one of our more technical players.
Yeah.
Basuma's good. Technically, Benny's better though, in my opinion. Technically, Benny's a better footballer all round. But
Oh
Basuma's-
yes.
Basuma's really brilliant at driving with the ball. When he's on his game, Basuma is awesome. But he's up and down this season. He's been really good, and then he's been a bit naughty, hasn't he, with the send-offs and and then he dropped off after that as well. When he came back, it was almost like his confidence was shot.
Someone
Can you
broke
guys
into
hear me
your
now?
house, Colin.
Nope. Okay. Hang tight. 1 sec. Audio.
I can hear you.
speakers.
Yeah, we can hear you, Colin. It's working okay. You okay?
Talk.
It's frozen. You frozen?
No, he's not frozen. I don't think he can
No,
hear
I
us.
can see his eyes moving.
I don't think he can hear us.
Oh my God. Like a ball when you hear loud noises.
Some sort of tornado going on in the States.
I'm back.
What
I
happened
can hear
there,
you.
Colin? There was a jungle.
Dropped my microphone, so I knocked the microphone off the desk, and then I just couldn't hear anything. I don't know what happened. I had to, and it's funny. I work in tech support and stuff, and I can barely even keep my own shit running. So
Anyway, guys, I've got to drop off because I've got to
Yes.
go and cook dinner. And much love and hoi Pierre! Come on, Pierre.
come on, Pierre.
I'm going to
Yes.
sign off on that. Come on, hoi Pierre. Mia,
Let's go, boy, Pierre. Come
you
on,
know you
come
love
on,
him.
Pierre. Boom.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey, thank you. We appreciate you.
Bye-bye. Hoi Pierre.
Hey, how did you do that? How'd you get that thumbs up to happen? That was really cool.
I don't know. I just put my thumb up and it came up. So
Sweet. See if the thumbs down would work. We're learning new stuff.
Is yours an Apple computer?
No, is yours?
It's an iPad, so I think it only does it on Apple products.
Aha! Nice. Well, sweet. Lee, I just want to tell you, man, thank you for coming in and joining us. This show has been kind of a shit show. I've just been talking about random stuff, whatever I feel like. I haven't played any of these funny videos yet today, so these are all inappropriate. I'll go ahead and get them out of the way. Here's what I said that Brennan was thinking was right before he scored that goal.
See, that's what I'm talking. Virginer, give me some of that Virginer.
He was going for it. He wanted that. He knew he was going to get some after the game if he scored that goal. He did it. He did it, Lee. Yeah, and I mean, I don't think he could have taken it any better. I know that it was teed up perfectly for him, but another player, Højbjerg, might have skied that, might have ruined that chance.
I don't think there's any might in it.
And I was trying to be nice, Lee. I was trying, but guys, we have been going for 2 hours, so it is just about that time. I do want to throw out there real quick. I just wanted to talk about it, Lee. How cool is this that we've got the fastest player?
I've seen. He's just a couple of things slower than Usain Bolt, isn't he?
Yeah, just barely, which is wonderful. We've really been lacking in speed, I feel like, and so having him in the squad is wonderful.
Fastest player ever.
Yeah, that's supposedly. I don't know if I believe it, but that's what the internet told me. Faster than Kyle Walker, and again, I don't know what distance that's over. You know what I mean? I'm sure that there are some players who maybe like over a longer distance are faster. But
that
still,
just Premier League or world football?
I think that was world football. I think it was world football, which is incredible. Maybe someone in the comments can help us here. Yes, exactly. My wife is asking, why does your background on the video look like something that came out of the Saved by the Bell show? Exactly. It's for the game show. It's for Keeper West Ham. Normally, I have it as just like the normal Premier League background that I stole. This one. Sometimes I put the Super Nintendo controller up. Sometimes I put kangaroos, just depending on how I'm feeling about Ange Postecoglou and what he does for the squad. But Lee, it is about time for me to jump off. I got to work in 30 minutes, my man. But I just wanted to say thank you for popping on. Thanks to everybody who tuned in today. Like I said, this was a show that had no plan. I didn't really plan anything. I had to Keeper West Ham. I had some wonderful guests. Real quick, I haven't got to ask you this. We'll hurry up this quick. What do you think about Werner? Good or nah?
At the moment, I'm not a massive fan. I think his final third's horrendous.
Yeah, for sure. He does run with the ball. He does run with the ball well.
I just think he should cross and assist. I don't think he should try and shoot.
Agreed. I can agree with that.
My personal opinion.
Do you think that for the 17 mil that they've said that he would cost, that we should grab him, or do you think so far you haven't seen anything that makes you want to?
I haven't seen enough yet, to be fair.
Yeah, agreed. I wanted to ask you this, Richarlison, purple patch or final form?
Not. No purple patch.
Nice, love it. I love it. And then the last thing that we just talked about, I just want to say again, Brennan Johnson. I know that he's not shown a lot either, but the fact that he's getting goals, he's getting up there. I think he's gaining confidence. When you move to a new team, you go from a smaller team to a bigger team. There's more expectations. You know what I mean? There's more. I don't know. I don't think he's been as bad as everybody says. And
no.
So
I think he gets way too much stick, to be honest. Forest to Tottenham is a completely different kettle of fish. I think he just needs a bit more time.
Absolutely,
he will start scoring goals. I have no doubt.
Definitely, and I honestly, I think the team sort of sees him as the successor to Heung-min Son, which is crazy. But we all know that players can't play forever. You lose some of your best goal scorers sometimes. We just had that with Harry Kane. And so yeah, I like that. It seems like we're planning for the future, maybe with him a bit, and maybe he could be. Maybe we all know Heung-min Son's first season with us wasn't exactly anything to write home about. So it's not impossible to think that maybe Harry Kane had a couple of shit seasons, exactly, on loan to.
He went out on loan a lot.
Yeah, and couldn't even get games there. So in a hype, let us know that pace is measured over 20 meters. So it's a 20 meter. That's where they're measuring. That's cool. I had no idea. Chris says Son will be here until he retires. I believe that fully. And Mia says that it was every man's favorite BJ. Love it. I don't know how much I can say. I don't want to get in too much trouble on here. But yes, it was a good BJ to end the match. Let's just say that. But yeah, Lee, we're getting ready to end. I just wanted to again say thanks to everybody in the chat, everybody who is a member of La Familia. Just in case anybody else decides they would like to be a member, if you haven't yet, the link is now in the chat. I did not pin it, which I should have done earlier, but there is the link right there if you guys would like to join up as a channel member. And the last two things I wanted to put up, I'm going to put up the link for Jose's channel, and I'm going to put up the link for where you can find Ellie. And I'm going to put them both up right now. All right, so let's see if it worked out. Boom. Oh, yep. Okay, boom. There's Ellie, just a girl who loves Spurs. She hangs out over there quite a bit. You can find Kate there. You can find Jimbo there. Good people. And then El Tel Cacarel. My Spanish accent is not very good, but that is where you can find Jose whenever he's not here. That is his personal channel. And like I always say, let's try to just get his likes up, guys. He is under 200, and that is not cool. Let's bump him on up. And then I can't forget this. We had a super chat at the very beginning of the show. I just want to pull that up here. Sorry, this is Tyson McGill. Big up Tyson. With the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Hope to see you in the chat some more. This was before the show started, and there was no messages from him during the show. But hopefully you can watch the next one. We appreciate you big time, Tyson McGill. And Lee, is there anything that you would like to say before we bounce, before we hit the road?
No.
I can't make the sound as good as you, but yep, I'm right there with you, man. Shane says he needs his BJ to last longer. Yeah, hopefully he can. Hopefully he does it all season long. But yeah, big up to everybody watching. I'm gonna play us out with the James Madison song as always. And yes, everybody, big love. You're trying to get the hearts. Yes, you're right. It does. It must have to be an Apple device. We'll figure this out. But everybody, thank you again for joining. Everybody gets a Dawson thumbs up for watching the show today. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, and we'll play us out with some James Madison.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.